Hello. Um, so, this is a different type of content. I wanted to go through the winter event with you guys. Um, Obviously, it's going to be pure game audio, so I'm sorry if most of my stuff are. Oh, sorry. If it's going to be bad audio. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try to have it just purely the game audio, and if there is voice acting in this game, in this event, I will be sure to let that be heard. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this content, and let's get to the event. Look at all these snowmen. So cute. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, I see the saint has once again guided you to me in this most wonderful of seasons. Truly, your very presence is a starlight miracle. That said, I'm afraid I must apologize. There has been a bit of a rub, you see, and as such, we're not quite ready to kick off the festives as of yet. How shall I put it? Our troubles began when we encountered some unexpected delays in deciding on a theme for this year's event. Things spiraled from there, and as a result, we've been left with far too much to do in far too little time. As a result, we celebrants have been forced to recruit helpers of all stripes, from small children to sharpling adventurers like yourself. Speaking of which, you wouldn't perchance be able and willing to lend us a hand, would you? Oh, thank you, my friend. I dare say your generosity truly embodies the starlight season. Without further ado, allow me to explain the task we would ask of you. Sorry that my mouse was in the way. Oh look, Godbird! Oh ho ho, it would seem you found a most promising helper for me again this year. Another adventurer. I assume this one too will also be wanting some kind of reward for their services. I say, sometimes I wonder if this whole starlight business is worth the effort and the coin we pour into it. We pour into it year after year. Must you be such a killjoy, my young friend? Just look at the faces of the children around you. Why, each year they spend moons waiting in eager anticipation of this most joyous of seasons, and the most delightful presents they will receive. Ah yes, the presents, worthless trinkets foisted off of naive young fools in hopes of making them forget the mundanity of their everyday existence. If we truly wanted to bring joy to people, would it not be more prudent to invest in things that might actually improve the quality of their daily lives? Godbird's like, I am starting to get something. I'm starting to feel like you don't understand what we're doing here. Ahem. Allow me to introduce Camelito Halito, first son of a prominent family of surveyors in Ulda. His journey here all the way for the Sultan to help us prepare this year's festive. Standing beside him is the saint of Nimera himself, a man who no doubts need no introduction. Let me state for the record that I did not come here merely to deck the streets with godly lights and trinkets. I initially proposed to Father that we do away with all these mummery and transform this festival into something that would contribute more directly to the mutual economic prospects of our nation and the realm as a whole. But did he listen? No. He simply muttered something about how he didn't raise his son to be a stuffy spoilsport, and all he but demanded that I accompany Lord Mund, the Saint of Nimera, here to learn something about holiday cheer, whatever this is supposed to mean. Come now, Camillito. I understand that you are serious about your family business, but I dare say it would hurt for you to lighten up from time to time. Here, perhaps this will put a smile on your face. Do you mean that truly? If I help you, I can get a present too. But of course, my dear child. Behold, the twinkle box. Tucked beneath the many lids of the casket are hidden all manner of delightful wares. Why, they've been fashioned especially for this year's festive by some of the realm's most celebrated crafters. For every task you complete, you will earn the opportunity to pop off one of its lids and help yourself to the contents within. And that's just the start of it. Needless to say, there will be even more glorious gifts in store for you when the preparations are complete and the festives can kick off in earnest. You can think of this chest as something to tide you over in the meantime, and as our way of thanking you for lending us celebrants a helping hand in our time of need. What do you say, child? Wow, this is wonderful. Mother and Father say I have to help out around the house during starlight, so I didn't know if I can come back. But I have plenty of time to help now. Just say what you need and leave it to Isine to get things done. Isine, is it? What a generous girl you are. Thank you ever so much. Needless to say, we've prepared some very special presents for adventurers like you as well, so I hope you can collect and enjoy them all. Yes. Isn't that all so special? Now, if we're done getting all giddy about trifling bubbles and toys, I would be going back to work. All those starlight trees aren't going to decorate themselves after all. Now then, if you're ready to get started, simply head west from the amphitheater and speak to my college stationed before the water wheel hut. She'll be happy to explain all you need to know to get started. Oh, there are actually a few people there. Oh yeah, because it was like cutscene. Yeah. Ba 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 ba. An adventurer? I was expecting you on Isine, but I suppose you suffice. I'd like you to get to work immediately, taking down the decorations nearby. Hold your chocobos. Now, it's not as if we're calling the celebration off. It's simply that, well, you met Camillito Hiloto, yes? He was in charge of this area, and let's just say his sense of what's appropriate for starlight leaves something to be desired. I can handle things here by myself. So I ask you to head to the Contrast Guild and take down any seasonally inappropriate decorations you might find. When you're through, you can bring the inappropriate ornaments back here to me, and I'll see that it's properly stored away. Oh, I'm sorry. Pumpkin. Why is there pumpkins here? Why are there Easter eggs here? Oh, this is for a fire festival. Yeah. He seems to not understand that this is supposed to be a very festive thing, not a mishmash of seasons. That's odd. Anyways, time to talk to her. I can handle things from here myself. Blah blah blah. Just NPC things where they repeat their last words. Ah yes, that should do it. Then, isn't it here finished cleaning up her assigned area as well? In half the time, I might add. Did you see some of the... these so-called decorations? It's as if the man has never attended a single day's worth of Starlight festives in his life. At any rate, I suppose I'll see to it that the ornaments you took down are replaced with something more festive. In the meantime, I'd appreciate it if you could report to Ama in my stead. Of course, leave it to me. Gee. I wonder how long it would take for me to complete the whole thing. I'm kind of on a time crunch on my own. I'm also trying not to speedrun through this because I want to enjoy the story and a lot of stuff. Yeah. Thank you for all your help, friend. I promise we'll get our act together one of these years. In the meantime, we truly appreciate your saintly efforts in helping us see that every child has a smile on their face for Starlight. Allow me also to apologize on Hamilton's behalf for the extra word he created for you. The boy has much to learn, yes, but I've no doubt that he will come to understand what the spirit of the season is all about in due time. In the meantime, allow me to express my gratitude for you for all you've done in true Starlight fashion. With a present from the trinket box, go ahead, help yourself, and remember that there are more gifts waiting for you if you're feeling inclined to lend us your aid again. Excuse me. Upon completing each of the tasks assigned to you by, Grandeur, Mikoto, naming is weird, you may open one of the lids of the trinket box and help yourself to one of the presents inside. But I got... She did the little Mikoto thing. Number 5! I got number 5! Countdown! Countdown thing. Oh, and lest I forget, it's not the only one who truly appreciates your efforts. Far from it. We've been receiving messages from the realm over thanking you for your fellow adventurers for all you do for the people of Eosia each and every day. My colleague, Benfeld, here in the amphitheater is holding on to them all. So, if you're curious, simply say the word. He'd be happy to share the words of appreciation and good cheer. Missive of gratitude from across the realm have arrived in time for Starlight season. A new letter will be available to read each time preparations for the festives are successfully completed. So, be sure to take a break from your efforts from time to time and speak with Benfield. I will. But I want to complete your stuff first. I can read the stuff later. From Benfield. I'm heartened to see you've decided to stick around. Apparently there's another set of decorations that aren't quite up to snuff. Would you mind helping Isune look into the matter and fix things up? I've asked her to wait just outside the amphitheater. Leave it all to me. Ba-ba-da. And Isune. Oops. Oh, hello. When I was on my way back before, some of the townspeople told me that there's something strange about the snowman over by the shaded bower. Cam Little was in charge of those as well. I know that he's new to all this, but how hard can it be to make a snowman? Anyhow, let's go and see what's wrong, shall we? I'll race you there. In true kids fashion, we are racing the kid to the area. Something does seem odd about the snowman. There's something strange about these snowmen, yes, but I can't quite put my finger on it. How do you suppose it is? The snowmen seem to be facing in odd directions. Set them straight so that the Starlight Festive might proceed in good order. If you want to take another look from a distance, just ask me. Sure. Someone's wearing a maid outfit. One more time. Oh, someone's crafting. It's as if they were just plopped down from when they were carried. The snowmen are facing straight so as to welcome customers to the shops. Wow, it's as if the snowmen are all smiling and inviting us in. Who'd have thought that turning them around a bit could make such a difference? Oh, it's you two. Whatever are you doing lolling around here? I've already finished my last task. Behold, take notes, and perhaps one day you'll be able to work as effectively. Once again, Camillato's decorations strike you as leaving something to be desired. Ooh, do I want to be nice? Or, well, both of them are not so nice. I'll say this. Why, the sheer nerve. Might I remind you that you people are lucky a personage as esteemed as myself has deigned to assist with such menial tasks. In a just world, I would be placed in charge of the entire event, and you would be assisting me. That is where my true talents lie, not in making silly snowmen and putting lights on trees. You don't know the first thing about Starlight. That's why all your decorations were such a mess until this adventurer and I fixed them. What? What nonsense is this? It's true. She actually understands what Starlight is all about. She wants someone who takes part in the festive to feel the joy of the season. And it shows in the care she puts into every little task. Don't you care about making others happy? Or even being happy yourself? Why, I haven't seen you smile once the whole time you've been here. Why, I never. I came here to do a job, and against my will. Perhaps putting up these ridiculous decorations is enough to amuse a child like you, but I am a man grown. So what if I'm a child? I actually care about Starlight, and my decorations will put smiles on more faces than yours ever will. Smiles this, happiness that. Be honest, Starlight is all about giving presents, yes? Then why don't I give you some coin? With money you can buy whatever you want. I don't want your stupid money. I'm going back. Gilbert is not happy. Making a poor child cry. Consider me unimpressed, Camillito. And yet, I cannot help but feel that there is more to that child's situation than meets the eye. I shall inquire further. In the meantime, pray return to Ama Grandju and appraise her of your progress. Perhaps I could stand to take my word a little bit more seriously. Sorry, I just quickly checked my recording if it's still running or not. Back to the amphitheater I go. Ba ba da ba ba da ba. Ba. I am cozy in my blankie. I am happy. Oh. Yeah. Welcome back, friend. Thanks to your tireless efforts on our behalf, I am pleased to report that we are closer than ever to getting the festives in full swing. Don't forget to help yourself to another present from the trinket box. I dare say you've more than earned it. Chocobo. Another thank you letter has arrived from one of your admirers. Speak to Benfield in Mikoto's amphitheater to see what it says. Thanks in no small part to your tireless efforts, I dare say we're on track to begin the festive sooner than I had anticipated. That said, I fear there's still more work to be done. If only I weren't so utterly useless. Did you say something, Camilla? Me? Oh, it was nothing. Nothing at all. At any rate, the next job I'll like to entrust to you is preparing the tree. Speak to my college in the Archon Orchid over in New Gridania, and she'll be happy to brief you on the task at hand. Okay. There. I chose the worst time to record this because I'm getting blinded by the sun in one of my eyes. Are you here to help? Remarkable, splendiferous, even. I've just been inspecting the trees that have been put up around town, and I couldn't help but notice that something was amiss. See here? Part of the trunk has been gnawed away, as if by an animal or the like. Were any more damage to be done to the tree, it might fall over, and that would be perilous for any small child who happened to be standing beneath it at the time. I had a mind to call for a skilled woodworker, that perhaps they might examine the tree and reinforce it for us. Might I ask you to head to the Carpenters Guild in my stead? The adventurers will be going, you say? I suppose that means you won't be needing me. Very well, then I shall inspect the other trees or the like. Oh there. What brings you to the Goblin Guild during the season of celebration, friend? I'm gonna take a drink. Some little woodland creature have been to or hit your starlight tree, you say? Well, that won't do at all. I dare say this calls for an investigation. I cannot thank you enough, my friend. Clearly, you have summoned a carpenter of surpassing skill. I am most relieved to know that the children of Gridania need not fear any fallen trees as they open their presents this starlight season. Ah, yes, I forgot to tell you. While you were visiting the guild on my behalf, Camillator Halitor was kind enough to go about inspecting the other trees in the area. I'm pleased to report that he assures me that not a one shows any suspicious gnawing or tooth marks. He's a rather dour fellow, isn't he? And yet, it would seem he takes his work quite seriously. I dare say, I was rather impressed at how closely he examined each and every trunk with such a painstaking eye. We're like, He mentioned that he was heading back to the amphitheater after finishing the job. Why, he didn't even stick around long enough to allow me to thank him for his efforts. Might you be so kind as to pass along a simple message of gratitude on my behalf? Yeah. Yeah, like... he is... seemingly having too much. He's doing too much. Quickly check if my thing is broken. Nope. Okay. I can't help but feel that something is missing. And yet, what could it be? Camillo is staring so intently at the snowman that it seemed he might burn a hole clear through its body. I know. Maps, a necklace of the finest golds, with a sparkling gem inlaid, would give it a glamorous appearance befitting the season. But no, I might appreciate that, but I am not a child of Grania. I must put myself in their shoes. Whatever sort of snowman would bring a smile to their faces. Are you still thinking about what Irene said? Isune said. Of course not. I could not care less about the idle musing of children. I simply thought that perhaps my masterwork here could benefit from a finishing touch, that is all. Bah, who am I fooling? It's true, I haven't stopped thinking about what the girl said for bells now. Here, I thought I would come here and put together a festive for the ages. And as it turns out, I can't even make a single child happy. Hells, I'm only making myself miserable as well. And yet, I must not give up hope. There is still time for me to do my job, right? To earn the right to open that chest of presents and claim the glory that is rightfully mine. And so, I got to thinking. That child was looking at the snowman with a most intense gaze, was she not? No doubt she saw something in it that has managed to escape me. Forgive me. I suspect my work here might take longer than I expected. Pray, report to Garanja ahead of me, and tell her I shall be along in due time. Whoops. Welcome back, friend. And another job well done, I am pleased to say. Well, what are you waiting for? Help yourself. You've more than earned it. Camilto is still putting the finishing touches on his snowman, you say? Dare, I dreamed that he come to understand the true spirit of Starlight at last. For indeed, this season isn't just about gaudy lights, toys and trinkets. If every last child is not able to find something of joy here, we have not done our duty. And to make that possible, we must first find reason to rejoice for ourselves. Our smile lights up the faces of the children, who in turn warm our hearts yet further, allowing us to further spread happiness across the realm. It is that cycle of giving and receiving, that ever-expanding cycle of peace and joy that embodies the true soul of the Starlight season. So, take your present proudly, my friend. Let it fill your heart with pure satisfaction, that you might have happiness aplenty to share with your fellow adventurers, and indeed, Eosian, the realm over. The Christmas tree one. She looks so happy whenever you complete this. It's like, yes, finally, we are closer to completing this event, or getting this event on its way. Excuse me. Another thank you letter has arrived from one of your admirers. Speak to Brentfield in Keto's amphitheater to see what it says. Starlight waits for no one. Without further ado, I would entrust you with the next most vital task in preparing for the festives. Simply speak to my colleague stationed past Aklu Falls on the way to the residential district to the north. And I'll take the shortcut, because going around that way is quite long. Okay. Wait. Oh shoot. I hope I don't have to cut this recording short. Actually, I could just continue recording it then. Get ready for the day. Back to offer your aid? Well, I suppose we could put you to use. Perhaps you've seen the snowmen around the area? Well, the truth is, we employ a little bit of sorcery to make sure they don't go melting in the event of untimely warm weather. To that end, I task you with stuffing one of these here fragments of what we call eternal ice inside each of them. If you could see to the ones near the Mana district north of here, Asune and I will take care of those by the Lancers Guild. Pray, meet us there when you're done. She's so cute. I know it's like the standard animation for kids in the game, but it's so cute. Snowman! A tiny snowman is gonna be eternally snowman. And with that, I do believe our job is done. Hooray! I trust you've seen to your snowman as well? Excellent. I'll survey the area one last time to make sure we've haven't overlooked anything. So pray, go on ahead of me and report back to, Garaja. It's canon. Everyone doesn't understand how to pronounce Makote names. Say, Mrs. Adventurer, is there a special someone you'll be spending Starlight Season with this year? I have someone in mind. Oh, is that so? Then we'd best make the decorations extra pretty just for them, yes? I always used to come with mother and father, but they, are busy this year. That's why I decided to make myself useful and help out with preparations. I had a mind to take a giant snowman just for them that we could all come to see together, but I think they'll need to stay at home, so, well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Oh, but I should get back to work. See you around, Mrs. Adventurer. As Isane races off, mine drifts to Kalamito Hilito, who you believe you last saw at Miketo's amphitheater. How does he fare with his allotted task? Well, let's find out. This is the only time that I'll use this to, like, travel around quickly. Oh, why, hello there, Isane. I was just putting together another snowman of my own. What do you think? Have I redeemed myself yet? Oh, it's wonderful. I just thinking how this snowman looks so lonely, and now he has a friend. Let's make one more. Yet another, you say? Indeed, I suppose we've nothing better to do until the next delivery of ornaments anyways. Very well, then, to work! Well, it appears I'll be occupied for a while here, yet you've completed your task, yes? If you would be so kind, I would ask that you report to Amgraj for the both of us. Again, I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's very... Another task completed? In spectacular fashion, I have no doubt. Just think of how many smiles you put on the children's faces today. Take your reward, friend. I dare say you earned it. Oh, excuse me. see. If it would not be too much to ask, we are indeed we are in need of more snowman decorations. I have made an executive decision to build one more. With pleasure, I shall see that the necessary supplies are procured straight away. That said, color me surprised, Camillito. Could it be that you've finally gotten into the spirit of the season after all? One could say that, I suppose. At first, I simply saw all these decorating as manual labor, trifling task far beneath one of my station. And yet, seeing the twinkle in young Isane's eyes every time I make a snowman or hung up a glittering star, I began to sense that it was part of something far larger than I had ever imagined. Before long, I realized the truth, that every one of my actions, no matter how humble, were indispensable in bringing good cheer to the hearts of the children in this realm. And perhaps more importantly, that such acts were diminished if performed without similar sentiment in my own heart. One second, Yet I fear that in realizing this, I have consumed by the sheer responsibility of these tasks, to the point that I feel almost petrified with a desire to put everything just right. Oh ho ho! Worry not, my friend. That's still plenty of time to polish your creations to perfection before the festive kicks off in earnest, so long as you've got the starlight spirit in you. Or you're more than fine in my book. At any rate, our job is almost done, but that's all the more reason we can't afford to slack off or compromise until we've seen to the last of the preparations. The children are counting on us, my friends. Another thank you letter has arrived from one of your many admirers. Speak to Brentfeld in Mercato's amphitheater to see what it says. Just quickly checking something because I saw someone go live. Yep. Listen up, my favorite helper. It's time to bring some starlight magic to the Gristler's Grosley. Seek out my splendiferous colleague there. Sorry. She'll be more than happy to share with you all you need to know. Oh, am I going to... Yeah, I'm going here, so I'll use botanist. Teleportation. Sure. Botanist. You are... not up here. You're... there. Ah, it's you again. Your assistance is most welcome, friend. I've been handing out raves for the transfer to decorate their front doors, but it would seem our supply has fallen woefully behind the demand. A most generous individual at the Botanist Guild has agreed to donate some of their lovely works to our cause. Might it trouble you to make the trip there and procure them for us? Up I go to the Botanist Guild that I have never gone into because I've never picked up botanists before. I do have armor but not... Oh, there you are. Wraiths, you say? But, of course, we've more than enough for one of... And all this starlight. Pray, take as many as you need with my blessing, and give the celebrants my best regards. Well, that is actually quite generous of them. So generous. Just look at all these lovely rays. The growers at the Botanist Guild are nothing if not generous. At any rate, this should more than suffice. Thank you, friend. Look, the adventurer helping to get ready for Starlight. Isuna told me that she is too. She says that every time she finishes a task, she gets a special present. I should have helped out too. Isuna, you say? The poor child. I can't even imagine working so hard with all the hardships she now faces at home. Oh, sorry. Hardships, you say? What is it that troubles the child? Pray tell. I fear I'm not privy to all the details, but word has it her parents have not left the house in ages. Isn't it always running around town all on her own? She puts on a strong face, but I can't help but worry that she's suffering more than she lets on. It wasn't always like that, this, mind you. I remember often seeing the three of them together. Her father cut a tall, dashing figure, and always adorned his head with a stylish hat. Her mother had the gentlest of smiles, and was always clad in a garb of matching patterns that she fashioned herself. Seeing such a lovely family walk the streets together was always such a heartwarming sight. Sadly, for whatever reason, it is a sight we see no longer. That is most troubling indeed. Pray forgive me. I hadn't the slightest idea that anything was amiss with the girl. When the girl came to offer her aid, I must have a chat with her. Ah, but a host of lovely rays have just arrived from our friends at the Botanist Guild. Pray help yourself to whichever strikes your fancy. Spirited Juice is like, yay, yay! Ah, forgive me, your work here is done. Pray return to Umgranja and collect your reward. You most certainly earned it. Okay, where's the thing? Amphitheater. Wait, where? Did he? Oh no, he's there. Okay. Oh my. Oh my. I'm curious what she's wearing now. I'm sorry, I just need to see. Of striking? That's of striking set from the raid? Okay. Well, if it isn't my favorite helper, I thank you most sincerely for yet another job well done. Well, what are you waiting for? Help yourself to another present from the Trinkle Box. The last Trinkle Box. Well. Did my game freeze? I have a feeling that something is supposed to happen, but it's not loading it correctly. Oh dear. Oh, there it goes. That's, awkward, to say the least. Well, I hope my internet didn't go out. No, it's still there. What just happened? Well, guess that cuts my first part of the video out, short. I'll record this, another time when I can. I hope you... Yeah. I'll be right back. Well, if it isn't my favourite helper, I thank you most sincerely for yet another job well done. Well, what are you waiting for? Help yourself to another present from the Trinkle box. Have the additional snowman decorations arrived yet, by chance? I'm most eager to get started. I'm most eager to get started on my latest masterwork. That's the spirit, and indeed, they were delivered not moments ago. Splendid. In that case, Izune and I shall get to work at once. Ho ho ho. That's the kind of good cheer I like to see. Yes, 'twas appear that the Starlight celebration is in good hands again this year. Ah yes, your colleagues has mentioned some troubling news about young Izune, so I took it upon myself to do some research into the matter. Whatever is the matter, is the child okay? The child is fine, the girl is fine, but I fear her dear father is less so, stricken with a grievous malady. He lies bedridden, with Izune's poor mother attending to him every waking moment of the day. That is most disturbing indeed. The poor girl. She never said as much, but doubtless she works as hard as she does in order to procure the medicine her dear father so desperately needs. Sadly, matters are not so simple. The illness her father suffers from, sadly, is a common one these days. And it is said demand for the medicine greatly outstrips the supply. No matter how diligent the girl works to earn the coin she needs, there is simply not enough of the remedy to go around. Indeed, though opening the Trinkle box may light up her eyes, I can only imagine that what she truly wants for Starlight is to soothe her father's pain. If only there were some way we could help her do just that. While there may be naught we can do to heal what ails the man, perhaps we might be able to offer Izune and her family a bit of Starlight cheer in these trying times. The girl has been a most dutiful and generous little helper for us this season, has she not? If we were to find some way to dedicate this year's Starlight celebration to her and her loved ones, and in doing so make it the most spectacular success it's ever been, perhaps that might lift their spirits. Dedicate the celebration to her? An admirable idea, I agree, but however might we do that? 2 words. Splendiferous snowman. The child spoke of her wish to make a snowman of incredible size, you say? No wonder she took such an interest in my masterpieces. And for the medicine, let me contact my associate and see if there is aught that might be done. In the meantime, might I trouble you to see to the decoration of our final and most spectacular snowman? I am confident that you understand what would bring joy to Isune's heart more than anyone. Oh, but it would seem you're already collected all the Trinklebox has to offer. Pray, forgive my presumption. I suppose you'll be leaving us to return to far more important matters? "'Tis not about the reward, you say? Truly, you are the most embodiment of the starlight spirit, a veritable incarnation of Nymeria herself. Not that you, Godbert, is no less man to be the incarnate of the spirits themselves. Another missive of thanks has arrived from one of your numerous admirers. Speak to Benfeld in Mercato's amphitheater to see what it says." At long last, our preparations have almost come to an end. All that remains is to put the finishing touches on the mother of all snowmen and give our dear little Isune a starlight present she'll remember for a lifetime. And with that, shall we be on our way? I'm ready if you are. Now, let's get to work, shall we? I prepared an assortment of decorative materials for the occasion, so feel free to let your imagination run wild. That said, we mustn't forget who our audience is. What sort of snowman do you suppose would most warm little Isune's heart? Ah, yes, you were saying how concerned she was for the smaller snowman. Must be lonely, yes? And how happy she was when he got a friend. Perhaps there's a hint to be had there. What sort of decorations would make Isune happiest of all? Give it some thought, and I've no doubt you'll be struck with inspiration. Reflect on all you've learned and decorate the snowman as best as you can to delight your fellow helper. As townspeople tell it, Isune's father is the tall, dashing type and rarely seen without his favorite hat. Her mother, on the other hand, was known to prefer wearing matching patterns. Knitted hat. Very cute. Red scarf, because those are the same thing. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Black silk hat. With a green one? Now fully decorated, the 3 snowmen appear as if they were a family. Just looking at them warms your heart, and you can only hope Isune feels the same. Return to our garage and let her know your task is done. Oops. You've truly outdone yourself, my friend. This is nothing short of a masterpiece. I've no doubt Isune will be overjoyed at the sight of your little snowman family. The final task. And then I'm gonna read all of those letters because I kind of want to read those letters now. Marvelous, simply marvelous. While I am partial to my own creations, I can do nothing but tip my hat to your superior aesthetic sensibilities. Ho ho, I have seen many a snowman in my day, but never one that warms the cockle of my heart quite so much as your merry little snowman family. Truly, you are a snowman artisan of the highest order. Look, the snowman has a mummy and a daddy. Why, it's just like a family. Our family. Oh, how happy she must be. Did you make this, Camilito? I only helped here and there. Delta deserves all the credit. How do you like it, Isane? I dare say the little snowman isn't lonely anymore. Oh, yes. Now that I know she's not alone, I can leave her to enjoy starlight with her family while I return home to my own. I'm sorry for making you do all this for me when you were already so busy yourself. Can you forgive me? I am the one who should be asking for forgiveness, my child. After all, it is you who taught this stuffy, overly serious fool what the true meaning of starlight was all about. I may not be able to stay for the celebrations, but this has already been the best starlight ever. Thank you so much for letting me help. I'll treasure the presents from the Trinkle Box forever. Ahem, Camilito, if you would. But, of course, these presents were simply to show our appreciation for your help. Of course, we have another present, and this one's just for you. Or perhaps I should say for your dear father. Could it be? As it so happens, the Saint of Nymeria here happened to be a patron of the apothecary that procures this medicine. When he shared your story with the proprietor, they simply insisted that we deliver this to you straight away. What's more, they have a long last discovered a mean by which they can procure the remedy in vast quantities. Rest assured that all those who are suffering as your father is will have succor soon enough. Speaking of your father, my child, I took the liberty of delivering the first dose to him in person. From the looks of it, it would seem you may well be able to enjoy the celebration after all, and I dare say that your dear father may even be feeling well enough to join you. Truly? A medicine that not even all the money in the realm can buy. It truly is starlight miracle. Yes, this season has taught me much. Coin is but a means to an end, not a goal and in of itself. And if it is not used to bring a smile to those who need it most, it has little more value than a lump of coal. Ho ho, I dare say you've come far in this short time, Calamito. Your father will be most proud to hear of this, I'm sure. Yes, you will prove a worthy successor to him, I am sure. About that, good saint, sir. I've decided not to take over father's business after all. It surprised me as well. Over the course of preparing for Starlight, I could feel my heart changing now. I am as certain of it as anything. When I return to Uldar, I mean to devote my efforts to doing all in my power to alleviate the plight of those who were not blessed with my privileges. Oh ho, I misjudge you, my boy. You have matured far, far beyond even my wildest expectations. So much so, in fact, that I dare say your father will have a stern word or two for me. At any rate, I'm not returning anywhere until I've celebrated Starlight to the fullest with the children of Gridania. Isune here first among them, of course. That's the spirit, and with that, I can finally present you and Delta with the greatest gift of all, the one I've been waiting to give to you from the start. Let me hazard a guess. The smiles of the little ones, yes? Clearly, the Starlight spirit has taken hold in your heart now. And with that, the moment we've been waiting for is finally at hand. Without further ado, let the festives begin! Another missives of thanks arrived from one of your numerous admirers. Speak to Brenfeld in Mikoto's amphitheater to see what it says. Yeah, I've been recording. Snow day! Yay! Now time to talk to him. I want to see all these letters. Thank you for your invulnerable aid, friend. The Starlight Festivals never could have happened without you, and my colleagues and I are far from the only ones who appreciate your efforts. Letters have arrived from across the realm to thank you for your generosity. Just see for yourself. Ooh, okay, there's a lot there. Okay, let's start with Drowning Wench. Time to get my Blackpool accent back together. Doing our part to assist in the Starlight Festivals, are you? Let old Brendan tell you, these fresh-off-the-boat adventurers that show up here these days could learn a thing or two from you. All about the glory these types are, working the fields of Stoneford, but I want to save the world. Ha! Perhaps ye should learn to avoid becoming gobble-milked first, I say. But you? You're different. You understand that putting a smile on even one lonely child's face is as heroic a deed in its own right as fending off a fleet of pirates. Merry Starlight to ya, lass, and make your sails always be full. And may your sails be always full. It's hard to do, like, those type of accents, because I'm not actually good at accents. Let's see the letter from House Burrell. Oh, that's an Ishgardian guard. Yep. My friend, it is both an honor and a pleasure to see an Ishgardian tradition bring joy to the children all over the realm, thanks to the tireless effort of you and your colleagues. On behalf of my entire nation, I offer you my gratitude. While nothing would make me happier to join you in this season, I regret to say that these remain difficult times here in the Holy See. There is much that requires my attention here, leaving me with, most unfortunately, little time for levee. Still, I must give thanks to that I am able to celebrate the occasion with a restful night in the company of my loved ones here at House Burrell. Be well, my friend, and I look forward to the day when we might feast together in these halls once more. House Burrell is the one that we stayed at with, I think so. Shoreline Canopy. Oh, yep, that's one of them. Oh, people. I hope this letter finds you well, Delta. Tells me that the preparations for this year's Starlight Festival have been more trying than ever. I regret that I could not lend a hand myself, but watching over the young ones who would follow in your footsteps keep me occupied as well. As if that weren't enough, what with the deep chill in the air these days, it is all I could do to keep Figaga's gift from freezing and cracking in the cold. It is not an easy or glamorous task, but it is one that I could not entrust to any other. Now, for through the work may be strenuous, gazing out at the great wheel in the stillness of the falling snow, these moments of tranquility I would not trade for anything in the world. I hope that you, too, are able to find some measure of credit and respite amidst the revelry of this starlight season. I think I got the voice right? I don't know. Let's get one from the quicksand. It's better that I did it with this character because I have completed the story until this patch, so yeah. When I heard one of my regulars saying that Starlight might be cancelled this year, I almost spit out my drink. But later I got word that you were on the job, and I knew at the moment there was no cause for worrying. Of all the adventures I know, and believe me, I know plenty, none understand quite as well as you that there's no deed too small to be meaningful. Least of all, the task of warming the hearts of the children who find kindness and good cheer all too hard to come by in these trying times. So feel proud, Delta Mina. You've done right by the realm today. Safe travels and don't be a stranger. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is her. Quicksand is the Uldar's Adventurers Guild. Rafalga's Reach. A resistance member, yeah. When I first heard that there may not be a Starlight this year, my heart broke for all the poor children out there. How relieved I was to then hear that you'd come to the rescue. After all, what's building a few snowmen and putting some stars on a tree to the liberator of Alamigo? Speaking of which, there's been talk of celebrating the season here in Alamigo next year, and you'll never guess whose idea it was. Why, none other than Roban himself. Seems he's rather keen on the idea of donning that Charlotte garb. I too was thinking I could touch up some traditional Alamigan dress and put together something suitable for the season. And prepare plenty of presents for the children here. Of course, have to show everyone here that I'm good for more than just fighting, right? Oh, Lise. Aw, I miss you. Maelstrom Command. Oh, yeah. For those of us who have spent most of our lives at sea, the Starlight celebration is perhaps not as close to our hearts as it is to others. And yet, each year at the time when I hear the calls of the birds birds migrating from colder climates, it gives me cause to reflect. As sailors, we look to the night sky for the guidance of the stars. It is they who show us where we are and who illuminate the path before us. Were it not for these beacons of light, we would be lost at sea, and before long find ourselves drowning in the cold depth. This got me to wondering, what might it not be said that the smiles you have put on the faces of the children this season serves a similar role, as they brighten the hearts of Elosian the realm over, and raise their spirits in these times of uncertainty? I, for one, believe so, and for all you have done to that end, you have my thanks. I tried to go for like a more like military girl voice. I don't know. Meh. And focus reach a traveling bird. Okay. A traveling bird, who would that be? You open the letter and extract the letter inside, which oddly consists of only a smattering of chocobo footprints and a small X-shaped stamp. Looking more closely, you spot a hastily scribbled message hidden in the margins. Anonymous message? Delta, how goes it? I'll want to put up some supplies, as you'll never guess who I ran into. Well, on second thought, I guess you will. Good to see that the little fellow's enjoying Starlight in his own way, eh? Till next time. Yeah, maybe it's the Chocobo Keep. Lotus stand. Oh, I just saw Fairy Kingdom. Okay. How fares you in the preparations for the festives, my good friend? Firstly, on behalf of all guardians, let me express my most heartfelt gratitude for your most selfless acts for this special season. I have given much thought to the matter of what my fellow seed seers and I might do to bring even more joy to the children, and I do believe I have come upon just the idea. You are familiar with the traditions by which children write letters to the spinner containing their most heartfelt wishes to place under the starlight tree, yes? I have determined that we will attempt to grant as many of them as is within our power, and have recruited a number of like-minded souls to aid in the cause. In doing so, I hope that we will inspire that many more smiling faces here in Gridania this starlight season, and that the elements will smile upon our efforts as well. Oh, hello. Hello, bear from last year. You open the envelope, but it is empty. The very next moment you feel a tingle in the air. The faint smell of wildflowers rift in on the air, and a voice echoes in your head as if from far away. I take one little peek, and what do I see but my sapling having a grand old time, prancing and frolicking about in the snow. Did it not occur to you that mayhap your beautiful branch would have liked to join you for this merry occasion? No, this simply will not do. And so, to teach my thoughtless sapling a lesson, I've imbued this little missive with an incantation. Yes, the moment you so much as think of enjoying the Starlight Festive with someone who is not your beautiful branch. Oh, but I jest. Are you taking me seriously? Why, nothing gives me greater joy than to see you actually enjoying yourself for once. I always thought you could stand to learn a thing from us Fae folk, and why? Yes, it seems like you have, till we meet again, my adorable sapling. As always, the best fairy queen. And fragrant chamber, the last one. Okay. On behalf of all the Sultan, I commend you on your efforts in saving this year's Starlight celebration from an uncertain fate. Some would say that snowmen feel out of place here in the jewel of the desert, but I have not but fond memories of being a young girl spending sleepless nights in anticipation of what the saint would bring me. There are those who would proclaim that it is base and shameful to engage in revelry at a time where our realm faces such continued hardship, yet I could not disagree more. If we have any hope of leading Eosia to a brighter future, then it begins with ensuring that every young boy and girl out there looks towards tomorrow with a smile on their face and the confidence that happier days are to come. For all you have done and continue to do towards this end, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Aww. Thank you. Thank you, Sultan. Thank you, Nanamo. And that is all the letters. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I'm sorry that I got cut out halfway through the video. I don't know. I did take a break and played some VR with some friends, so if I skipped something, hopefully in the edit I would say that I skipped it. And I hope you enjoyed this Final Fantasy content. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.